Good morning everyone, and on our walk today I'm going to talk about letting go, because it's something I've had quite a few people asking me about in the last week, so I decided why not make a video. I've talked to them of course personally as well, but this idea of, when you're manifesting, how can you just let go and allow things to happen? And it's a concept I don't know. I know when I first came across it I was like, hello? Are you serious? Because we're programmed and we're trained how to understand goals. And goals very much are around expectations and measurable amounts. So for me, the difference between that has become between manifesting and goals is the manifesting is the bigger dream, okay? And you really need to know, so what is the purpose of my dream? So what is the purpose of me wanting to have more money, or to travel more, or whatever you have down as your manifestations? What is the purpose of it? And that's the first. Then, and this is a hard one to take, you have to let go of the how it's going to happen. And this has come from my experience. This is something I experienced and really opened my eyes to manifestation this year. And we can do stuff. I know for me, I invested quite a lot of money. But when I look back, I realize I invested it in me. I invested it in myself. And how I was expecting it to happen didn't happen, or certainly didn't happen nearly as much as I had expected or had been promised. But that's life. That's when you're dealing with other people as well. This tends to happen. But I kept going back. What kept me going was the fact that I've invested this in me. I am not giving up on me. I'm not letting go of me. So I knew the purpose of why I did what I did, what my intention was. And the mad thing was then is, and it was something that it was said to me, is the universe sees everything. The universe will see everything you do. And often we can feel like the universe isn't seeing us, or the universe isn't doing things. But I kept going. I kept doing things. Even if people weren't seeing it, I kept doing it. And then boom, it suddenly happened. And I'm still looking at going, how the hell did I start ending up on stages and things like that? But it happened. And people started to hear me, see me, connect with me because of all that, which was exactly what my intention was when I invested the money. Was it my expectation that would have that at the start when I was doing it? No, but that's how it happened. And that's what letting go is. And if you allow the disappointments and if the expectations don't happen the way they should, and you allow those disappointments to cloud your judgment and muddy why it is you were doing it in the first place, then you're in trouble. Then manifestation is not going to happen. So that's, I suppose, my first thing is what is the purpose of why, of this manifestation, of the actions that you're taking? Why is it you're doing what you're doing? What is the purpose behind it? And then you really have to let go of the exact how, because the problem is if you're so focused and saying, this is exactly how it's going to be, you may miss that, hang on, there's actually a simpler path or a better path here that's going to even bring you more than you expected the first time. So you have to let go of how it's going to happen a bit, and the expectation that can go with it. And that can be very, very hard. Trust me, it's easier said than done. But it's if you realise that, then you start to say, okay. And the best way I can describe the whole thing is with manifestation. And I've used this analogy before, and people really went, yeah. Is like, your manifestation is like walking on a tightrope. And the dream, everything that you want is on the other side of that tightrope. And the thing is that, especially if you're starting out in manifestation, it's a bit like walking a tightrope for the first time. You're going to fall a couple of times. It's not going to be perfect. But if you know exactly where that tightrope is going and what's on the other side of it, and your excitement is there, that you think, I don't care how often I fall, I don't care how often I have to pick myself up, I'm going to learn how to walk that tightrope, then guess what? It'll happen. And the thing is that the more you practice your tightropes, the faster your manifestations occur, because you become an expert at walking that tightrope. And that is, it is the best analogy I can give about letting go. Because if you think about it, if you're standing on a tightrope, we'll imagine there's a tightrope in front of me. I don't know, can I flip the camera? No, I shouldn't. Anyway, but you know what I mean. There's a tightrope here behind me. Imagine it's the pathway, okay? And you can just pretend that I'm talking about it. As you go onto that tightrope, as you take the steps forward, you know that you're going to achieve that magic on the other side. But guess what? You have to take the first step. This is the other thing. So you set your intention, you set what it is the other side, but then you have to start looking directly in front of you. If you stay looking at the start, right over at the other side, you're not going to figure out how to begin. So you need to come back and look at where it is you are right now in order to start. And then as you start looking, you can imagine when you're walking, if you've ever walked a wall even, or a tightrope, you need to stay very focused, but also very aware of where it is you're standing right now. If I just focused on the other side and forgot about the fact that I'm walking on a tightrope or a wall, you're liable to lose your balance. So it's that kind of a dual concentration of, that's where I'm going, this is where I am. I hope that makes some sense to you. Leave me a comment below if you're getting this. So you're walking the wall, but you're also very, very conscious each step that this is where I am and that's where I'm going to. If you start to look down, you'll lose your balance. So you become aware at the start of where the wall is, but then you start to look at the other side. So the thing is, you've actually kind of let go of both, if that makes sense. You know, your awareness is on your destination, but also on where it is you are right now. But you're not going, oh, there's the destination, there's this, and fall flat in your face, or oh my god, I'm standing on a wall and I could wobble and I'm going to start wobbling. No, so that's, what shall we say, where we're attached to where we are right now. The letting go is the awareness of, that's where I'm going, and this is where I am, and every single step that I take is going to get me closer to it. And that then becomes your aligned action. Your aligned action is every step that you take. Is it a step that's going to get me closer? And you know, some steps do make us wobble and fall off, and we have to start again. As I said, we have to learn these things. But you start to learn exactly, you know, is my foot in the right place? Have I got the right balance on my foot? Am I taking too big a step or too small a step? Or you start to learn how to give and take as you go, and that becomes your aligned action. And I'm going to leave it on this one. And so as we know where we're going, we know where we are, and we've let go of the potentials that might make us wobble in between. And you know your purpose is to get to the other side. And what I see a lot of people doing though, is that they're standing on the other side and they're going, oh yeah, I want to get there, I want to get there, I want to get there, I want to get there. And they don't take the first step. They don't start because they're so afraid that they're going to fall. They're so afraid that they won't make it to the other side, that they never take that first step. So you have to not be afraid. You have to also, and that's what they say when they say don't be attached to the outcome. You have to not be afraid that it may not have been what you thought it was. You know, that the rope wasn't quite as solid as you thought and you fell. And that's okay. But when you know what it is and the purpose it is of what it is the other side, that makes you get back up and start all over again. So you have to not be afraid to, you know, and let go and just try things. and see, are they, you know, it could be that, you know, you've got a new pair of anti-slip shoes or whatever that are going to help you on this tightrope. Are they going to help you get to the other side, or are they not? So I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave it in the comments below, and of course subscribe, hit the notifications, share with anybody that you think might be of benefit. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. If there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, if you'd like me to go into this in more depth, leave it down below, and I will talk to you in the next video. Take care, bye.